Honestly, B2K made me gay, and here is why. This is my not so coming out video. When I first started getting these feelings about boys, I used to have this little crush in preschool. And then Tarzan came around. And Tarzan, baby boy, Tarzan had that chiseled body. He had those big ass feet. And you know what they say about big feet? Big feet, big socks. And the only sock Tarzan was wearing was on his baby. Fast forward a couple years, B2K came around, and I was watching BET. I vividly remember this moment. B2K came on. I don't remember what exactly they were on, but they were on. When they came out with their Pandemonium album, and they had like a 2-disc type of thing, and so it came with, if I'm not mistaken, it came with the DVD and the CD, and I had that shit. So I was either watching BET or their DVD, one of the two. Either way, B2K was on my screen. Hey, all the girls loved Fizz. Like, Fizz was everybody's little crush. My eyes were on the front and center, Omarion. Yes, Omarion. Omarion was baby. Baby boy. At that time, I didn't know the word sex. I didn't know the word gay. I didn't know what a baby daddy, what a baby mama was. But out of my mouth, I said, when I grow up, Omarion's gonna be my baby daddy. And for some reason, I remember my mom saying, like, she was down the hall in her room, but she heard that. She said, "No, he's not." So, like, I always knew that I was gay. Like, I was always a little bit flamboyant. Like, when I was in school, when I was in preschool, y'all know those games. Y'all going to the circus, we going to the fair. To see the sisterinas with the flowers in the hair. Oh, shake it, sisterina. I played that game on the playground with the girls. I was doing a backbreaker. If y'all from the early 2000s, from the 90s, y'all know what the backbreaker is. Like, it's literally bam, bam, bam. You get the gist. I already knew. So, like, at that point in time, I ain't really feel like I had nothing to hide. Because I didn't know what sexuality was. I didn't know what gay was. I didn't know what straight was. I was just living my best life. Fast forward when I started grade school. Now, grade school was a little bit more diverse. I had a lot more people around me. And so my feminine characteristics kind of displayed as me being too white. That bitch was proper as a motherfucker. But I also wore like flip-flops and shit like that. And like, I don't know, I just did a whole bunch of shit that was considered like feminine or like being too white. I still didn't know what gay was. I knew niggas was cute, but I still didn't know what gay was. In grade school, I had my little girlfriend. But the thing about me was, this was probably kind of toxic, and I'm really glad that I knew I was gay, and I'm really glad I grew out of this very quickly. But like, if I wanted to be your like friend or like your best friend, I would like unintentionally, I would flirt, and I would probably make you my girlfriend. Oh, I didn't know how to date. I was a fucking kid. So fast forward to about, of course, around this time, people start going through puberty, and people start getting their like hormones start flowing and shit. So like 5th grade comes around, and bitches was playing booty tag. So booty tag was a thing where you just saw somebody and you wanted to smack their ass, and you just smacked their ass and ran. This was very, very problematic. But yeah, it was a thing. I was in PE, and this kid, let's just call him James. This kid, James, smacked my butt. And somebody saw it, and they're like, "Oh my God, James, you gay." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh my God, James, you gay." Like, when I was a kid, I was watching MTV, I was watching VH1, and I would watch shows like Parental Control and Next. And like, I watched a lot of the episodes, but my favorite episodes were the gay ones. Fuck that hetero shit. I was with the gay shit. So then middle school comes around. We get a little bit more freedom. We're not walking in lines to class anymore. We have our own lockers. Everybody's getting cell phones. People are getting, social. They're getting older. I don't know if it was just my middle school, but these kids, period, were hypersexual.
Stinky little nasty beast.
There was always some shit going on in the bathroom where somebody was doing something, God knows what, and all the other kids would hear about it. And I remember sometimes I would have to go to my locker to get something, or I would just be in the hallway for something, and there would always be this one guy. He was cute, but I still wasn't I wasn't really ready for that whole dating thing. So he would always be like, "Hey baby," and I was like,
"I'm not your baby."
And then one day he smacked my ass.
Get nasty.
And I smacked his hand away. And I really wish that I had just accepted the fact that we were supposed to be together. Anyways, so I have a twin sister, and she was very popular. And I heard a rumor that people were calling me Jay's gay brother. And yes, I am Jay's gay brother, but bitch, I'm a person too. Being gay is a part of me, but it's not who I am. So of course, that hurt a little bit. And I was very offended by these bitches. So in middle school, I was a cold-hearted bitch, not to just students, but to teachers.
You don't really want smoke, you ain't got that shit. I've been pushing.
And it wasn't that I was cold-hearted, I wasn't mean, but I didn't take nobody's shit at all. I don't care who you are. Respect is given until you disrespect me, and you gotta earn that shit back because, bitch, washed. Respect out the door. Once you disrespect me, I get ruthless. I am the devil if you disrespect me. So to be honest, I don't know, middle school was just a time for niggas to test me, and I just had to let these niggas know I ain't the motherfucking 1, 2, 3, or 4 bitch. Next. Middle school is also where I met my childhood best friend, Tigo. Her and my childhood best friend, I had 2 childhood best friends, Tyler and Amanda. And those are the first 2 people I came out to. And I did the whole I'm bi thing just because everybody in my middle school was bi, a little bit bi. So I was like, oh, well, I'll be a little bit like them. And then 2 days after I came out as bi to them, I was like, cut the shit, I'm gay. I never really felt like I needed to keep it a secret per se. But I also knew that I didn't want no problem. So it was more of a need to know basis type of thing. In middle school, hormones start happening. You start getting crushes. And, I had hella crushes. But none of these niggas were gay. Openly. In middle school, I had a cell phone. And I had my iPod. I had a camera on my, both my iPod and my phone. But obviously my iPod had the better camera if I had a flip phone. So I spent majority of my time on my iPod. And then I would text my friends and stuff on my phone. As a gay person, you don't have a lot of exposure to gay things, period. At least not back then. So my exposure to gay things were the internet. When growing up, you're curious. Everyone is curious. So every now and then you Google boys kissing and you stumble upon some random scenes from some random show where they let a guy kiss another guy, and then you start watching YouTube videos about gay storylines on shows that you know nothing about. And then after you run out of gay storylines, what else is there to watch?
Why are you watching that?
Please don't tell Mom. Don't.
This is how my mom found out I was gay. We always had internet at the house. And I just didn't know how to clear the browser history right. And she would always find my shit. And she would be like,
Who was looking at this?
and in my head I'm just
Who else was looking at this? It wasn't you.
But on the outside I was like,
I don't know who it was. It wasn't me.
Lying right through my motherfucking teeth. And then I found out about photo safes. It was called applets. So it had a whole bunch of apps, like a GPS, you could locate your car in a big parking lot. It had a calculator. It had a whole bunch of shit. And then it had a photo safe. I had hella porn in my photo safe. And one time I got in trouble and she took my phone and my iPod away from me. And she went through it, and apparently I forgot to put some shit in my photo safe. And boy, I was sick. Cause she kept it. And I was just like, in my head I was like,
bro, like, it's not that big of a deal.
And then there was this whole dramatic thing, and she like wrote me a letter, and I was basically like, we need to talk about this, and this, that, and the third, and I still love you. And I was like,
Baby girl, there needs to be no discussion involved. Like,
nobody comes out straight, but of course, we gotta make it a scene.
But I was like, cut the shits, cut the shits.
So I wrote her a letter, and I was like, we don't need to talk about this, blah, 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 blah. And unbeknownst to her, I always knew where she kept my shit when she would check it. So when she wasn't home and I was home alone, I would go over to that nightstand, get my iPod. That's when I taught myself how to clear some browser history, bitch, and erase your footprint. Fast forward to high school. Once again, there was not a lot of openly gay people at my high school. Dating in high school for me was like non-existent. So once I was in high school, I also decided to join the theater program. Like once I joined theater, I didn't give a fuck who knew. I mean, it's not that I gave a fuck before, but I was always trying to play it safe. Fuck that play it safe shit. Like, I was gay, I was out, I was proud. There was no bitch who could stop me. So yeah, if this is a surprise to some of y'all, bitch, stop acting. We been new. Like, growing up as a gay black man in a Southern Christian black family, it probably gave me the toughest skin ever. Very, very much so. Being gay has taught me how to love myself unconditionally, even when other bitches can't. And I would never change it, just like I wouldn't change being black. I would never change being gay. And to anybody who thinks otherwise, says otherwise, wants to hate, leave it in the comment section, boy. We can go because it's quarantine. I got motherfucking time. So yeah, guys, I guess that's the story of how B2K turned me gay. If you enjoyed the video, go on and click the like button, hit subscribe. Drop a comment, share the video if you would like, if you find it in your heart to do so. And I guess I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.